Hi, Creepies. I am Reanimate Her.
I know, it just sounds like a porno all of a sudden. Some zombies start stripping their clothes off and shit.
Cat dead. Details later.
We got our ball cleavage back, ladies.
They're coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming for you, Barbara.
Do you want a game and get your jollies off as well? This is Coffee Chat of Horrors. Good morning, Daywalkers. I am Reanimate Her, and this is Coffee Chat of Horrors. The only horror show that takes its coffee like it's magic, and that's black. Today, we'll be stalking... Oh, no, not stalking. Shh. We will be talking about Fright Night from 1985. So skip on that SPF 666, grab yourself a bloody bucket of brains, I can't say that with these teeth, and enjoy the show. Skirto says hello. Oh, he can't chat on Twitch. No! The Stranger, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for that follow. Welcome. Tell Skirto I say hello, Skirto. It's kind of shitty that he can't talk on Twitch. Why? Did he get, in trouble? Interesting what I have going on here. Ms. Stranger, mwah, thank you for that host. I appreciate it. He says it's not working. Oh no. I'm glad you love it. I do apologize that it was all sorts of fuckery before. But anyways, Miss Stranger, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for that follow. My alerts are usually behind the imagery that we're going to see here. We are going to be discussing Fright Night 1985. Before I show you the awesome trailer, we've got two trailers to show you. We got the original trailer from 1985 and then a newer trailer, a more HD, more up-to-date trailer from 1985. Before we do that, though, I'm going to let you know the budget for this film was $9 million US. Opening, it didn't do so good on opening night, only $6 million in the US. But the rest of the world loved this motherfucker so much that worldwide it accumulated $24 million. What's wrong, America? What's wrong with you? Why didn't you like Fright Night? Huh? What? So... worldwide, it kicked ass, man. It kicked ass. I had to refresh my chat earlier. It looked like I was the only one chatting. Mischief Maker Hale said the same thing. He was having issues. Woody Dave, thank you for that host. I appreciate it. I thought I was already following you. Must have been from previous. Maybe, Miss Stranger, but now you are. Welcome. Thank you for that follow. Was that a lot for that time? Well, back then in 1985, there were some bigger films making bigger money, you know what I mean? But for horror films, that's pretty decent, especially for a film like Fright Night. But it didn't do the greatest in the United States. It really only made $6 million. The budget was $9 million for Fright Night, and they only made $6 million in the States. So they kind of took a hit in the U.S., but... outside of the United States, this motherfucker rose. So $24 million. Take out the $9 million that they did for the budget. The rest is profit. Right? That is very strange. And Woody, I hope you're having a great Sunday. I like my coffee like my soul. Black. Well, hey, Shark. However you like it, man. I like my coffee black. The cover art for this film is so good. The horror posters from the 80s and early, yes, are so much better than the shit we get today. They used to be hand painted and specifically designed that they did. And their posters, you can't come by them anymore. I mean, you can if you can find somebody. I have an original poster from Evil Dead. I bought from a lady, I think last year for $5. She didn't know what she had. It's an original poster from 1985. She worked at the movie theater. And so she had all these posters. And that was one of the original posters. So I have that. Hello, Carnival. How are you? So you've been getting that glitch too. Maybe, Menino, that it could have been why they were scared, for sure. I'm going to show you guys the original trailer. Now, sometimes YouTube is really low. So I did bump up the volume. I pumped it up. Pump up the volume. Hello, Dargor. How are you? Good morning. I am obsessed with 80s horror. Oh, God, Deanna, the 80s is the golden age of horror for me. Like, for me, don't get me wrong. I love my classic monsters, right? I love my classic monsters. Hands down. Universal, Hammer Horror. That is where it originated. Like, that is how we got horror. They're the godfathers. But the golden age of horror, I will have to say, is in the 80s. The practical effects were fucking awesome. I mean, you have gods like Tom Savini, Nicotero, and many, many more that came out of the 80s, and they perfected it. I think practical effects with a little CGI, a nice, well-balanced. Oh, Dahi out here flashing us some tiggle bitties. Thank you so very much, Dahi. Thank you. The 80s were the best, man. Regal, mwah, thank you for that host. I appreciate it. Zoom, mwah, thank you for that host. Hi, stranger. How are you? I learned a lot from... In Search of Darkness is a great documentary. It really is a great There's so many, though, Deanna. If you haven't seen it, go take a look at 100 Years of Horror. 100 Years of Horror, it has Sir Christopher Lee as the host. Now, it used to be a television show back in the day, but they cut it and turned it into an hour and change documentary. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. If you're getting into horror or you've been into horror and you just want to know more about it, 100 Years of Horror is really, really good. You can watch it for free on Amazon Prime, on Tubi.tv, and you can buy it off of Amazon as well. I believe Bicycle of Death purchased it recently. Yeah, it's definitely a good one. It goes into a lot about horror. It's one that I would highly recommend anybody getting, even if you just new into horror or you're not new, but you want to dive a little deeper. That I highly recommend it. The night of your life, if you like to be scared. Now, Deanna, that's amazing. You can go broke in this industry. I tell you, I my collection back here, I can't even tell you how much it's worth. Because, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. I have stuff that's over 19 years old that I've been collecting. And if you ever want any recommendations, oh my goodness, Dahi, thank you so very much for those tiggle bitties, whipping them out upon us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, Kay. Mwah, thank you for that host. Regal, I know you're sleepy, girl. Regal's got inventory at work. It sucks. There is a sequel. There's a second one. I mean, there is a remake as well. But there is we can recommend a crap ton of horror movies for you. Horror movies, horror games, books. And a lot of the time, you don't have to spend money. Tubi.tv is a legal free streaming service that you can watch on your television, your Xbox, your phone, your PlayStation. It's Tubi.tv. They have over 1,500 horror movies. Some of them are really good. Some of them are not good. Not at all. Not at all. So, Deanna, what are you liking more of in the horror industry? Like in the horror genre, are you liking slashers, some paranormal, monsters? Yeah, bank account? Jury, thank you. Jury is rating us, guys. DX Raw, ask under triggered. Welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Scully, thank you for the tweet. I appreciate it. Nikki J, welcome. Thank you, guys. Devil Dog, good morning. Oh, Jury, thank you so very much for rating. Sick 40, Undisputed Diva, I believe that's what it says. Beep, Billy, welcome. Tycast, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. Oh my God.
Bent Menino, thank you for sacrificing your soul to the Horde.
Thank you. Mwah. Josel, 1889, Alex the Great, thank you for the follows. Welcome to the crypt.
Crispa 120, thank you for sacrificing your soul to the Horde.
Thank you, Crispa. Mwah. Oh my God, Crispa jumping out here, whipping out some tiggle bitties. Thank you so very much for that. Did you just say Jury just had a 24-hour stream? Jury, is that what you just did? A 24-hour? Ah, thank you. Thank you, Crispa. I appreciate that. Devil Dog, how are you? And thank you for letting us know, Rich Fry. Thank you. Penguin Queen, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for that follow. Now, for those of you, I'm going to have to switch my scene here because we had 2 subs. And what happens when we get 2 subs is that their names go on the sub coffin. So we have to do that. Fright Night is amazing. I literally love it all. I'm indulging myself. That is amazing. That is amazing. Deanna, enjoy it all. Enjoy it. I'm glad that you were able to raid. I know I'm never on when you're on. So you did a 24-hour stream today? I see you. And thank you guys again. My alerts are just catching up, guys. My alerts are just catching up. Hi, Senpai, how are you? Barely been in here a minute and already love it. And yes, it was a crazy 24 hours. Oh my goodness, Jury, you must be exhausted. Must be exhausted, woman. How are you, Senpai? Did we get a shout out for Jury, please? I have Vamp. These fangs, man, they're so hard to talk in. You're hanging. I'm glad to hear that. Is Demonic here? I think I could have swore Demonic coming in here. You see this gorgeous lady right here? Yeah, she's fabulous. She's fabulous as well with Tiggle Bitties. If you haven't checked out Jury and her content yet, I highly suggest checking it out. And if you like what you see, giving her a follow. She's pretty friggin' amazing. Devil Dog dropping his Tiggle Bitties upon us. Holy shitballs, Devil. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you. I'm glad you love this stream, Jury. I am. Thank you so much. I appreciate that raid, and thank you for bringing your community over. Seriously. I keep biting myself when I wear mine. I know, right? Like, how do you get anything done with these sons of bitches in your mouth? I'm afraid I'm going to swallow one. Okay, so let's get our names on our sub coffin. We've got Crispa 120. And we have Menino. Oh, and the new sub coffin is on its way. It's being made. So many of them stayed up with me. Wow, you guys are real troopers. That's amazing that you have stayed up with your content creator. That's awesome. Awesome. Pat on the back. That's great. Senpai, mwah, thank you for that host. I appreciate it. So, that's what she said, right, Faceless? Right?
Oh my God! Triggered 84, thank you for sacrificing your soul to the Horde. Carnival, thank you for sacrificing your soul to the Horde. Oh my God, Jury out here sacrificing 5 community member souls to the Horde. Thank you so very much, Jury. Triggered 84, and Carnival. Thank you. Oh my God, all the love, all of it. Thank you so very much. I'm gonna give you a new one there, Batty. Thank you. Hello again. Twitch hates me, so I haven't been on. No worries, dude. Twitch hates a few people. Oh, I just bit myself. Hi, Hell. How are you? I lost. How are you? I'm doing fabulous, my friend. Fabulous. Now, Crispa and Menino. I hope you guys can see your names here. This is my sub coffin where all the souls come and hang out. And that hangs out right here. Demonic Queen, how are you doing? Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean to say that big ass coffin have you made? Yeah, you guys want to see my big coffin. Unfortunately, my big coffin, I can't really show you, but you can see a piece of it right there. It's a 5-foot tall coffin. He had it, well, it's been in the works for like 8 months. And the guy just finished it. So Heavy's friend, Tyler, or Ty, created me my very own life-size coffin. I get to paint it and do all the fun things to it. And there is pictures on my Twitter and my Instagram if you really want to see the inside and the outside of it. But I get to decorate it, I get to paint it, I get to do the whole thing myself as well. Thank you very much, Al Fox. I appreciate that. Prime real estate right there. And you got it right. I'll definitely catch you on future streams, a bit exhausted. No worries, but she definitely talked great things about you. Jury, thank you so very much. And Triggered, no worries, my new friend, no worries. You go get that rest. 24 hours is a long time to be awake. It is, so go get that rest. And those of you that came in with Jury, if you're tired and sleepy, go for it. I don't get upset when people come in and raid and leave. I'm a content creator myself. The Horde as well. We all know how it is. So it's all good. It's all good. Today though, is our Coffee Chat of Horrors web show, and we're talking about Fright Night. Now, you'll be able to catch a VOD. If you ever want to catch a VOD, you can. For those of you that are new to the stream, I am Reanimate Her. I am a horror content creator on Twitch.
Steel Argus, thank you for re-sacrificing your soul to the Horde.
Reanimate her!
Definitely.
Oh, sorry, Demon Voice is on because I'm not wearing my headset.
Thank you, Steel Argus, for sacrificing your soul to the Horde.
I know, I was backwards, I know. You're heading out too, but Jury has been hyping up your channel for me a while now. Oh, Jury, you're so fucking sweet. I know, I don't have my headset in, so I can't hear it. And Steel, I need to get your name on the sub coffin, right? Heavy's actually painting my coffin today, guys. The new sub coffin, he's painting it purple. Everyone steals my fucking eyes, man. Yeah, I know. Full stream Demon Voice. Let's see. Steel. Argus. And thank you for loving it, Jerry. Like, seriously, thank you. I really appreciate every one of you. Steel, it's hard to see your name. I apologize, but if anybody ever wants a picture of their name on the sub coffin, I will hunt it and take a picture. Thank you, Steel, for that. I appreciate it. Go get yourself some sleep, Jerry. Go get yourself some sleep. Wind down, do some meditation, drink some chamomile tea. You've been up for 24 hours. 24 hours. And that goes for Jury's community. Definitely get you guys some sleep, get some relaxation, get your rest on. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and Sunday mornings. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. I love your guts, Jury. Have a great night. Have a great sleep. All of you guys that are been up for 24 hours, have a great sleep. Okay, let's get back to some Fright Night. Fuck, why is it doing that? Can someone tell me not to hit my stream deck, please? Because it's not working. Ask, you'll be back for sure. No worries, no worries. It was a pleasure meeting you today. It was a pleasure meeting all of Jury's community today. Thank you so very much. It's broken. We had an update. I know. We had an update on, but you know how you're so used to using it? Like, you know how you're so used to it, right? I can't hit my deck anymore. Damn it. Damn it. Did you hear that? I can't hit the deck anymore, Heavy. But you're so used to using it, right? That you go to touch something and when it doesn't want to work, how are you doing? How are you doing, Fallout Dweller? Lost Collector. Thank you for that host. I appreciate it. Ow, I said I can't touch the deck anymore. How did you love that forced update? Dude, I am not happy. Not only did that Microsoft forced update, but Stream Deck had a firmware and an update, and it deleted some stuff of mine. Even though I thought I fixed it, I opened it up today, and obviously my shit's all fucked up. So, not impressed. We're gonna go watch the new trailer, not a new trailer, but an HD trailer of Fright Night before we get into the facts. Yeah, so Devil, I can't touch my Stream Deck. It's not working. Well, it is working, but it's bringing me to different scenes. So I press the web show scene. The web show brings me to my starting screen. Yeah. I don't know why they can't make an update that doesn't break anything, right? Well, that's what they say. Or if you keep touching your deck, you get hairy palms, right? Well, we don't need that. Right? Devil, I hope you had a great weekend. 4K trailer, which is an updated trailer. It definitely looks better. It definitely looks better than the 1985 trailer, obviously. Well, yeah, and it's 4K, and the music is very 80s music, right? Heavy won't let Raw have hairy palms? No. Who would want that? So SLCC, I put your name on the sub-coffin here. Around here somewhere. I see that you have yourself a zombie kitty badge. How are you? J-Dog gave me this link. Hi, C. Watson. How are you? Thank you, Lagather, or J-Dog, for talking about me to your friends. I appreciate it. Welcome. Crisp, I don't know if you're still here, Crispa, but if you are, what do you use to keep your things in? Belong, how are you? Hey, Dill, can you give me a shout out for Belong, please and thank you? Yeah, pimping this bitch out. Thank you so very much. Hi, Total Project. How are you? Definitely welcome all of my new friends to the Horde. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. If you are just joining us, I am Reanimate Her, and this is Coffee Chat of Horrors, where we discuss horror movies in depth. And today, oh, Jesus Christ, Mr. Egg jumping out here with some shit. And today we are talking about Fright Night from 1985, British Godzilla. Mwah, thank you for that host. Your allergies are killing you today. My nose keeps running. It keeps acting up, and I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if it's just some of the weather that's going on here, because it's snowing currently. Snow. All right, so the plot for this film: a teenager discovers that the newcomer in his neighborhood is a vampire. So he turns to an actor in a television horror show for help dealing with the undead. Yep. If you have not seen Fright Night, I do apologize. There will be spoilers in here. There are definitely going to be spoilers in here. Yeah, Belong. Allergies blow. Allergies are not good. I'm lucky because it's only my nose that usually gets affected. You're good? You're just looking for some food to eat? There are some fresh brains. You've watched it? Awesome. Hello, Smurf. How are you? Good morning. So Fright Night was based on the story The Boy Who Cried Wolf. That is what Fright Night is actually based on. Now, Tom Holland, wanting to do a vampire story, crossbred with The Boy Who Cried Wolf. He did not want to use special effects. So avoiding using special effects at the expense of good acting, Holland included plenty of humor, warmth, and relationships. He also wanted to make it valid to a modern audience by rooting it in reality, hence the suburbia setting. So he didn't want too many special effects. He didn't want too much CGI. What he really wanted was to give you a really good show by the actors. So really good acting, humor, and make it somewhat reality. Now, how many of you knew that it was based off of The Boy Who Cried Wolf? Very interesting that this is what it's named. This is what it's based off of, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. I love the direction he took as well. Yeah, it was really good. It's been misty here this morning. We've needed the moisture. Oh, I'm glad you love Coffee Chat, Belong. Thank you so very much for that. It is really neat. He wanted to write a vampire story, so he crossbred it with The Boy Who Cried Wolf. I thought that was a really cool piece of information. I didn't know it either until I started digging in and doing research on this bad boy. Reanimator! You're gonna run? Okay, no worries, Lost. Have a great day. I will slash you later. Moisture is always good. Right, Lord? It's always good. You did? Nice, Reaper. Good morning, good morning. I did just recently watch the Fright Night documentary. I had to find it. It was very hard to find. I had to use a VPN to get it. Definitely. Lost. Family is very important. Go for it. Go for it. Welcome back, Batman. Welcome back. Now, these beautiful infographics that you see here are made by my partner in crime, Reaper 1923. He creates all of these for me, and he does an amazing job. We've only evolved since we've been doing Coffee Chat of Horrors. You know how long it took it took Holland to create this film? Like, to write the script? It's going to blow your mind. 3 weeks. 3 weeks to write this script. He had it done in 3 weeks. The entire script, everything in 3 weeks. I thought that was kind of crazy. We all know that like Halloween was written in 2 weeks and stuff like that. And you see what kind of story Halloween was. But Fright Night is pretty in-depth with their story. And it took them 3 weeks to create. Yeah. 3 weeks, which is, I think, is pretty fast for a movie that has such a good storyline in it. In 2015, they were asked to do a sequel of this film. Like, they were asked to do a sequel of this film. Ignoring existing reboots, because there was existing reboots, a YouTube fan asked the question to Fright Night and to the director and everybody here. Tom Holland replied that he'd like to do a follow-up to Fright Night utilizing the original cast. He would like to. He also proposed a plot for a sequel, and I have that information here for you. So his proposed plot was that a single father named Charlie Brewster inherits his mother's home, and soon after taking up residence, his two teenage children become convinced that there's something evil in the house next door, namely Evil Ed, who is squatting in the abandoned mansion, attempting to resurrect Jerry Dandridge. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome. You're doing good? I'm glad to hear that. It definitely is, especially considering he wanted so much of the emphasis to be on good acting. Right, Dahi? He didn't want the movie to rely on special effects. He really wanted good acting. And yes, guys, there is Terra Trivia. I'm just going to remind you, there is Terra Trivia. You might be like, what is that? Terra Trivia is where I ask you several questions that we spoke about today. Each right answer gets a prize. You get a prize. There's usually anywhere from 4 to 7 questions, sometimes 8. You get a free Streamloots chest of your choice, and I have many wonderful chests. How you doing, Brown Recluse? I always assumed Peter Vincent represented Vincent Price. I'm going to tell you about that, Brown Recluse. I've got some good information about that as well. And that's right here. Double lootage, guys. Double lootage. Exactly. There's no problem having several chesticles. And I say chesticles, they're not testicles. Chesticles, I got the teeth in, and well, you can't talk properly with them in. Now, to answer your question, Brown, Peter Vincent made Fright Night click. Peter Vincent is named after 2 horror icons, Peter Cushing and Vincent Price. Now, Peter Cushing and Vincent Price were actually real-life friends. And the Peter Vincent role was actually intended for Vincent Price. But Vincent Price's health and a few other things were not doing really good around that time. And also Peter Vincent, Tom Holland felt that Peter Vincent wasn't in the same league as Vincent Price, meaning that Vincent Price was in a higher statute. But Vincent Price was having a lot of health issues at around the time that this film was made. So he was not able to play the character. And this is the character that you're looking at right here. All right. Who here knows that Jerry Dandridge is a fruit bat? do you know that he's part fruit bat? Thank you, Batman Goddess, for that hydrate. I can't tell if they're stealing my eyes again. But Jerry Dandridge is part fruit bat, and you know this. Why? Because in the film, they're eating fruit. And in the sequel, not the sequel, sorry, and in the remake, they are eating fruit as well. So after doing some research into the history of vampires and the legends surrounding them, Sarandon, which is this guy here, okay, Sarandon decided that Jerry had some fruit bat in him, which is why he's often seen snacking on fruit in the film. Yeah. So you can also see him eating fruit in the remake where Colin Farrell is eating as well a piece of fruit. How many of you here knew that he's part fruit bat? I thought that was some pretty cool information that he was part fruit bat. I would love to do her makeup. That cosplay, that picture here. So this picture here is a real cosplay. This is an actual cosplay. And I'm not the greatest at this stuff yet. I'm working on it. I'm practicing, and we'll see. I would like to do that look. Like, that is crazy. And this is what the vampires in Fright Night look like, right? I should point that way. I would die. But yeah, that is really cool looking makeup. That's an actual cosplay. See, I'm good at doing normal makeup. And that took me practice. I'm 43 years old, so it took me a long time. But this stuff, this is really artsy fartsy kind of stuff. I'm gonna try it. I've got a really cool cosplay coming up next week. Next week. I'm not telling you guys what it is, but if I can get it done correctly, it's gonna kick fucking ass. Yeah, Batty knows. Thank you, Bella. I appreciate that. If Vlad doesn't work, we do have. Oh, we don't have Vlad on this bad boy. Let's see if we can get Vlad on there. Nope. We don't. Can we give Blue back her skulls? Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy Sunday, Voodoo. How are you? I can quickly go put that here. That's funny. I just saw my whisper. Let me just quickly get the URL for Vlad so we can have Vlad fly, because I don't have it on this overlay, but we're gonna put it on the overlay now. And we're gonna where did it go? Where the hell did my stuff go? This is really weird. It completely disappeared. Anyways, how are you, Blue? How is your day going? And we can play Vlad now. We can play Vlad because it should work. I don't know what the hell happened there. Okay, maybe I lied. Maybe I lied, Dill. Maybe I lied. I don't know what's going on with it at all. I don't know. Something is going... Yeah, flip all the fucking tables, please. All the tables. Flip them. I don't know what's going on with my XSplit and my Stream Deck. Okay, let's get back to this. Now, Evil Ed... You know the actor who played Evil Ed? he wanted to be Charlie Brewster. He didn't want to be Evil Ed. When he was given the role, he was very upset at the fact that he was playing Evil Ed and not Charlie Brewster. Very upset. I was reading a clip in an interview that he did, actual reading, and it wasn't a video. He did an interview, and he was stating that he was upset. He went and auditioned for Charlie Brewster, but Mr. Holland had a different thing in store for him because he's seen his face, he's seen what he looked like, and he was like, I think you would be better as an Evil Ed. Right? Eek, leave my tables alone. Mm-hmm. So, very unhappy at the fact that, you guys want to see a picture of, you guys want to see, you know what? I'm just going to, no, you guys are going to wait. I'm not going to show you. No, I'm going to tease you. Heavy just sent me a picture. Heavy just sent me a picture of the sub coffin. I have blue balls. You guys wouldn't see it until Tuesday. You want to see it? Do you want to see it? Do you really want to see it? Fuck this shit, I'm out. Jesse Obbs, thank you for the... Thank you for that hydrate. Here, let me show you. I'll show you. I can make it bigger. Calcifer Howell, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for that follow. That is, right? It's the same color of my bike, my pedal bike. Is she gonna be very pretty? Very pretty. Mm-hmm. That is our sub coffin that you guys will get to see.
Devil Dog, thank you for sacrificing the soul of Jesse Ops to the Horde. Jesse Ops, your soul has been sacrificed.
Oh, Calcifer, thank you so very much for that compliment. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Jesse Ops, mwah, thank you for that host. Belong, mwah, thank you for that host.
Square mode activated.
Oh, it's behind me. Oh my God, the squirrel is behind me. That's hilarious. Hilarious. Dildo. Oh, ha ha. Funny. Really? You call yourself a dildo? That's kind of lame. You must be only good at that, hey? It's activated, but it's behind me. She asked if we wanted to see it, and then I said, can I make it bigger? Right, Total? Can I see it? Can you make it bigger? Squirrel, the squirrel is hanging around. I am good, just got home from work. How was work, Devil? It's funny to see people call themselves names. How did it get down there, all the way down? So weird. How to cope with being so edgy, right? Well, I seen the name, I read it, and I'm like, why are they calling themselves a dildo? Like, seriously, why? Are you that insignificant that you think that you call yourself that? It's kind of lame.
Devil Dog, thank you for sacrificing the soul of Total Project to the Horde. Total Project, your soul has been sacrificed.
Yeah, I find it funny. Yeah, Total, and you're already on compensating? Probably. That's probably what they need. I have an Xbox friend named Rubber Wang, right? Why not? Why not? That's hilarious. And there's the cosplay lady again. There she is again. That's a really great cosplay. So for Evil Ed's transformation, like his final transformation, Stephen Jeffries endured 18 hours of makeup. 18 hours of makeup. In a very rich person's garden a few weeks back, I posted photos to my Discord and members of my community told me they were very expensive dildos. That's hilarious, Voodoo. I've found some crazy shit in my alley. I used to own a cleaning company as well back in British Columbia. I'm not going to tell you what people leave out. You can just imagine. And what a vacuum sucked up when I was vacuuming under somebody's bed. Craziness, I tell you. People, put your sex toys and weird shit away when you have a house cleaner come in. And a gardener, all right? We don't want to see that shit. And when I owned my cleaning company and people wanted under their beds clean, the rule was that everything had to be taken out from underneath their bed by them, not us. And while I was vacuuming, and my vacuum sucked up this bag, and inside this bag was something you call a pocket kitty. I'm not going to say it out on loud. And that's what was in my vacuum. Hello, Strong. How are you? Good morning. I thought I could use them for a giveaway on the channel, but with COVID, yeah. Oh my God, Voodoo. Could you imagine sending that out? I know. I'm focusing. Thanks, Riggs. Anyways, final transformation, 18 hours, guys. 18 hours for Evil Ed's final transformation. I couldn't imagine sitting there for 18 hours. He endured that. All that makeup put on him. That's a long time. I complain about 4 hours of makeup, let alone 18. Yeah, Dillinger, right? Do you know that Fright Night had a different ending? The original story had a different ending. The film's original ending saw Peter Vincent transform into a vampire while hosting Fright Night in front of a live television audience, compared to what it actually had once the remake. So what they did was they remade the ending from the original, which I don't know. I think I would have liked to see Vincent transform to a vampire right on a live taping of Fright Night, because that's what his TV show was called, right? Fright Night. That's where the movie, this movie is named, is Fright Night as well. Hello, Spore. Yeah, you did. Peter Vincent. Leave my curtains alone. Ooh. Do you guys know that a ghost from Ghostbusters made a cameo in Fright Night? It did. Visual effects producer Richard Edlund had recently finished working on Ghostbusters when he and his team began to work on Fright Night. And the movie gave them a great reason to recycle one of the library ghosts they had created for Ghostbusters, which was deemed too scary for Ivan Reitman's PG-rated classic, and used it in a vampire bat for Fright Night. Red Diamond, welcome to the crypt. Thank you for that follow. But yeah, they recycled a ghost from Ghostbusters that was deemed too scary for Ghostbusters, so they used it in Fright Night. Red Diamond, thank you for that host. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool as well. That they recycled ghosts from Ghostbusters. I didn't think it would. I didn't think that was too scary at all. But I guess it was too scary at that time for Ghostbusters. Very interesting, right, Riggs? Fright Night's cast and crew. Now, the original DVD for Fright Night has no commentary. None. So the Fright Night cast and crew took it upon themselves to record some DVD commentaries. The earliest DVD versions of Fright Night contained no commentary tracks. Then in 2008, so the movie came out in 1985. In 2008, the cast and crew partnered with Icons of Fright to record a handful of downloadable pirate commentary tracks about making the film. The tracks ended up on a limited edition 30th anniversary Blu-ray of the film, which sold out in hours. They sold 5,000 disc copies in less than 48 hours. So if you have a Fright Night Blu-ray that's a 30th anniversary, you have one of 5,000 that were made. And they're the only ones that have the commentary. There is no other commentary anywhere else from the cast and crew except on those Blu-rays. So if you're a person that has that Blu-ray, you got 1 in 5,000. Yep. Cast and crew members have recalled that Roddy McDowall videotaped extensive on-set behind-the-scenes footage. None of them saw the tapes, and their whereabouts remain unknown. So there was lots of video and pictures taken from behind the scenes. It all disappeared. Listen, smell something, love Ghostbusters. I did not know that. Very cool info. Thanks for the info. No worries. This is why we do Coffee Chat of Horrors Voodoo. We do it so you guys get a little bit more information on some of our favorite films, some of the background, right? Most of us aren't going to be looking and Googling up facts about films that we enjoy watching. We're just going to watch the film. And that's what makes Coffee Chat of Horrors different than every other horror show out there, or if there is any out there. Different. It sets us apart because I give you actual research and information on things instead of just regurgitating what's on the internet. Now, I love this cosplay. I really do. She looks so good. So good. And it's just makeup. I might do one here soon on a movie. Nice, Regal. It doesn't hurt. See, I think it will drive me crazy to watch a movie with commentary. I don't. If I've seen the movie a few times already, like when I'm cleaning my house, I'll turn Halloween on and I'll turn the commentary version on because I'm cleaning, so I'm not sitting there watching the film. So when I'm cleaning, I'm listening to Carpenter and the rest of the cast and crew speak as I'm running through the house and doing my thing. The commentary is how you learn so much more about a movie. House of a Thousand Corpses has a great commentary. It really does. This is how I know a lot of this stuff. I sit and watch documentaries. I rather watch documentaries than watch regular TV. I watch commentary. I watch bonus footage, all of that stuff, because I really enjoy learning. Oh, Jesus Christ, my neighbors are fucking banging. They're banging on the wall. Scared the hell out of me. But this is how I learn so much, right? Nice, Riggs, nice. Because of his theatrical roots and long hours spent in the makeup chair, Chris Sarandon helped apply his own vampire makeup and often worked on the finger extensions while the makeup artists were putting appliances on his face. They actually wore finger extensions. They were basically, you ever as a kid have finger puppets, those little finger puppets that you would put on your hands and they're like little heads and stuff like that? That's basically what was on their hands to make their hands transform. And so Chris Sarandon has a giant background in theater, and why he was getting that makeup and the prosthetics, because there's a lot of prosthetics on their faces to create that type of vampire. He would be putting on his own finger extensions, right? No, I don't think so. Made out of KY jelly. I think that might be a little too gushy. Yeah, he did it himself. Director Tom Holland sought out Brad Fiedel to score the movie because he had been impressed with the music in Terminator from 1984. So the man who created the score for Terminator in 1984 also created the score for Fright Night. Little Pink, mwah, thank you for that, host. I appreciate it. Thank you. Which I think Terminator had good music. I thought it had a good score. I know this is off subject, but what we watch on Tuesday as a movie, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to try to see if we can do Serpent and the Rainbow. I'm going to try to see if we can do the Serpent and the Rainbow. Since we talked about it last Coffee Chat of Horrors, I'm going to see if I can find it and watch it this Tuesday. We can watch actually, you know, Regal is right. Regal found the 2007 version of Inside, the good version. Like, we watched the remake, but I wasn't able to find the 2007 version. We can watch the original version of Inside, which is very, supposed to be very gory, unlike the remake. Yeah, Ake, for sure. For sure. The crew spent a lot of time and money composing the scene where Jerry walks through Ms. Brewster's bedroom and casts no reflection in the mirror. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Director Tom Holland has frequently commented the audience never notices it because I framed it badly. So they did a lot of work and a lot of time trying to get Jerry, the vampire, to walk through Miss Brewster's bedroom and cast no reflection. But since he actually filmed it bad, you never noticed it because he framed it horribly. Yeah, and you don't ever notice it. Hobo with a shotgun? Zombie Jack Hobo with a shotgun is funny as fuck. Definitely, you can also put it in Discord. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, well, Regal, I posted the 2007 one. Movie night, movie night channel. So you never notice it. So if you watch Fright Night again, try to pick out the scene where Jerry walks through Miss Brewster's bedroom and casts no shadow, no reflection on the mirror. See if you can find it. See if you can see it. They took a lot of time doing that. It was almost a full day of trying to get that to work, and Tom Holland framed it badly. And so, well, you don't really see it well. That would be a piss off. Oh, really? I'm going to have to check that out to see if I can get that. During the scene where Amy and Evil Ed arrive at Charlie's house and find his room adorned with crosses and candles, Stephen Jeffrey was suffering from a bad case of food poisoning when he was actually doing that scene. Oh, you need to watch the original. The original for Fright Night is really good. The remake is good as well. It's not a bad remake. It's not a bad remake, but the original, to me, is the best one. Very little CGI, very little special effects, because Tom Holland wanted good acting and not to rely on special effects. So there's not a lot of special effects in the film besides what you see the cast turn from human to vampire, right? Where the remake has a lot of special effects and a lot of CGI. The original film does not. Holland didn't want to rely on special effects and CGI to make his film good. He wanted to rely on the acting. And you'll see the difference between the two. But yes, so Stephen Jeffries, who played Evil Ed, he was actually dealing with a bad case of food poisoning on that scene. So when you see it, you'll be like, oh, couldn't imagine doing that one. I have all 4 movies and only seen the first. Amanda Beers was required to remove her top for a scene in the film in which her back and shoulders are viewed, but she was uncomfortable being topless in front of the crew, so she covered her breast with duct tape. I could not imagine taking that duct tape off. Have you ever stuck duct tape to your skin and then removed it? Okay, imagine that around your nipples. Imagine. You'd rip off your fucking nipples. I would have just showed my boobs. What's the big fucking deal? But she didn't want her boobs to be seen by the cast and crew. I mean, in the film, you were only seeing her bare back and shoulders. But she didn't want anyone else to see the front of her. She could have just, fucking done something else than duct tape. But no. Wrap duct tape all around that shit. And then, hello, that would have hurt like a motherfucker. Yeah. I don't know. Definitely not pleasant, man. Maybe, Dill. Maybe. I couldn't find an interview with her where she spoke about it. I tried. One of the life masks of Roddy McDowall, taken from the Planet of the Apes franchise, is visible in Peter Vincent's apartment. All good. Mommy, how are you? Good morning. Yeah, can you imagine the rip-off strong? Oof. Oh my God, you would have to do that quickly. You would not be able to gently peel that off. You wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to. There is no way that you would be able to do it. Galen? What are you saying, Reaper? Why is my eyes not working? Because my Frankenstein's monster has taken them. Don't mind me. My masks like to take my eye filters. It'd be like waxing. I think it would be worse than waxing. I've been waxed before. I couldn't imagine duct tape. Ooh, on the nipples? Fuck that noise. Okay, movie shared to Discord. The best thing is the main character is the main man from the same movies. Oh, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Ake. Thank you. Oh, Galen was the character from the TV program. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Would howl like a werewolf. Yeah, you would. At least they would be perky. Ooh. Smurf, you tell us how that works out for you, my friend. You tell us how it works out. I'm doing great. And hey, Batman, how's your Sunday bells, Leon? Looks for duct tape for scientific purposes. For science, my friends. For science. Fallout, have an amazing day at work, and I will slash you later. For science! The fact that Amy resembles a lost love endangers this was
Activated.
the squirrel is behind my head. Was Chris Sarandon's idea. He wanted Dandridge to have added dimension and not just be some evil bad guy. So if you've seen this film, Amy resembles Dandridge lost love. So Sarandon wanted a little bit more than just an evil vampire to his story. He wanted to show that he wasn't all evil, that the reason why he wanted Amy was the fact that she resembled his lost love. Ooh, emote only chat. Total Project handed in some skulls. He's like, I need some emote only chat. So show me those emotes. Show me those emotes. I appreciate it. Someone's gonna have to keep an eye on time because I don't have it on this. Presentation. 4 rolls. Oh my God! Bring me those emotes. Let me see them. I want to see them. Come on, come on. The back of my car, I have a rope, duct tape, and a machete and a shovel, but I swear they are all for emergency use. Blue Suede Haze. That is right, Blue. That's a good quote. Let me see those emotes. Come on, come on. I want to see all the emotes. I know you have them. I know you got them. Let's see them. Let's see them. Emergency use only. That's what I say, Batman. Exactly. You got to. They try to catch you out there. All right, so we're going to go on to an injury that happened. So William Ragsdale injured his foot running down a staircase during the last shot of the film on the 24th of December, 1984, just 3 weeks into principal photography. They had to wait to finish those scenes. So William was running, trying to finish the last scene because he's running down the staircase. Well, he hurts his foot. He injured his foot pretty bad, and they were out for quite some time. The last day of filming was on the Christmas Eve of 1984. They were not able to finish it until later on. And even though in 1985, in the United States, it only made $6 million, this film was the most financially successful horror film of the 1985 summer season. And the second highest grossing horror film of the summer in 1985 was A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. So even though, like I said, it made $6 million in the United States, had a budget of $9 million, it still came in as a very successful horror film in the summer of 85. It beat Elm Street. Yeah. I found that was interesting that it beat Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, the nightclub that was used in Fright Night was also a former hardware store. It was a former hardware store near the studio, which had been renovated to turn it into a nightclub. That's this scene right here. So this scene here is at a hardware store. And that was interesting how they were able to create renovate it quick enough to turn it into a nightclub. GG's on those emotes. GG's. That shit hurts. Say no to duct tape bobs. Nuclear. Yeah. Did you try it? Did you try it? All my life, I have been over the top. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I don't want to stop. You love Ozzy? Mm-hmm. You like that Taco Bell emote? Right? And look at Mr. Chico. Machu hua next to the Taco Bell logo. Yeah, Nuclear. God, that would have hurt, ripping off duct tape off the boobs. Yeah. Now, can you imagine 1985, 1984, Charlie Sheen as the role of Charlie Brewster? Could you imagine 1984 Charlie Sheen? Now, if you remember Charlie Sheen in 1984, right? He played in numerous films. Right, it would be so good if you wore teeth like Melina's. Yeah, that does some really cool teeth. No, right? So Charlie Sheen auditioned for the role of Charlie Brewster, but the director, Mr. Holland, decided his looks were not right for the character, so William Ragsdale was ultimately cast. Yeah, Charlie Sheen. Not really the part of Charlie Brewster. Charlie Sheen was not a wholesome-looking boy. He was a very party wild looking, if that makes any sense. Yeah, Mr. Holland knew what he wanted, right, Dahi? Knew what he wanted. He liked Charlie Sheen, but Charlie Sheen didn't possess that boy next door type of look that he was looking for, that innocence. Charlie Sheen, if we remember Charlie Sheen, he's a partier now, but he was back then as well. He was a bad boy. And that didn't fit the role of Charlie Brewster, because Charlie Brewster was not a bad boy. He was a good boy. So I'm glad Holland decided not to do that. Now, remember when I told you Evil Ed's full-on transformation was 18 hours in the chair, right? They also had to create, for Evil Ed's transformation scene, a full-size wolf puppet was made. However, it's actually actor Stephen Jeffries buried under the more werewolf-like makeup and fake head. So they had to make a giant puppet. You're not wrong. Brewster was too nerdy for Charlie. I agree, Batty. Corey Haim? Yeah, Corey Haim could have done it. Yeah, not bad, but I don't think Corey Haim was in... I don't know what he was doing. I think it was like Lost Boys around that time. But they had to make... I would love to have that full-size wolf puppet. I would love to have that full-sized wolf puppet. So Stephen Jeffries, who played Evil Ed, was also in his werewolf-like makeup that took 18 hours. 18 hours to do. They had to make the transformation scene, right? They couldn't just show Evil Ed pop up like that. So in order to get that transformation done correctly, they had to make a full-size wolf puppet, which he was actually behind it when they were doing the whole transformation. So you can see how he transforms. I'm glad, Mommy. I'm glad. I have a new one up, New Nightmares. I'm really loving the New Nightmares. I also have a new YouTube trailer up. If you guys haven't checked out my new YouTube trailer, go right ahead, check it out. I also have a Halloween contest going on my YouTube channel. There is a video from a couple of weeks ago that I posted where you win a Halloween prize pack. It's got a DVD, it's got candy, it's got all sorts of goodies in it. It's over on my YouTube channel. And more Fright Night, more Fright Night. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoy it, Mommy. Now, while blocking a scare scene, director Tom Holland asked visual effects man Randall William Cook if he could devise a shark mouth for one of the vampires. There was neither time nor money left in the budget to create an elaborate prosthetic. So Cook agreed to concoct a rig over the weekend over the weekend with the proviso that it would only be on screen for a few seconds. So he said, okay, I can whip something up, I can concoct something. It's not going to be great, but it's only going to be on scene for a couple of seconds. So really, what's the big deal, right? Well, it was a little bit more than that. The crudely made mouthpiece was not only featured extensively in the film, it was also utilized in the movie's famous poster art. So that famous poster art was literally the mouth, the shark mouth, made over the weekend, very crudely. He didn't take his time because he didn't have time. He had no budget for this, so he was utilizing the things that he had on hand. And he thought, okay, well, it's only going to be shown on the film for a couple of seconds, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like. Wrong. It was actually used extensively in the film and used on the poster. You can't tell that it was a really fast made with whatever he had stuff, right? Are we comparing the? No, we're talking about the new one only. I mean, the original, 1985 only. Hell, have a great day, Hell Fox. Thank you for stopping by. I will slash you later. You have an amazing Sunday, my friend. Yeah. And so, something that he made really fast that didn't look the greatest. There you go. You have it on the poster, and it was used extensively in the film. Now, we're going to get on to the contact lenses that the actors wore. These were not friendly contacts. The vampire contact lenses worn by actors Stephen Jeffries and Chris Sarandon, as created by a makeup effects designer, Steve Johnson, were molded with actual flecks of glitter inside to achieve their billowy yellow reflective quality around the pupils. These custom contacts were hard plastic, handmade, and excruciating for the cast members to wear. So they're hard plastic. If anybody has ever seen or worn contacts, you know that they're nice and soft material, right? And they move with your eye. Not these sons of bitches. These sons of bitches were made out of hard plastic. They also had glitter inside of them as well. Stephen Jeffries was temporarily blinded and suffered severe scratches on his eyeball. Amanda Bierce found herself extremely uncomfortable with her second pair and had to stop shooting to have them sanded down. Good afternoon, Ash. How are you? Had to have them sanded down. Contacts usually do not get sanded down. The makeup of a contact is very soft and flexible. Yes, they were made out of plastic. And they were so uncomfortable for them to wear. Amanda Bierce had to actually stop filming and have them sanded down. Now, let me see. I know we have a picture of their eyes up close, so I want to see. I don't know how that one would work. Okay, so this here. Those contacts are hard plastic with glitter inside of them. They're not normal contacts. So could you imagine those bad boys in your eyes? Yes, I don't have brains right now, Dill. This is from Fright Night, 1985. 1985. I couldn't imagine. I have a hard time wearing contacts because I'm allergic to the makeup of contacts. And, oh, Streamloot's cards aren't showing, are they? That's weird. Nothing is weird. What am I saying? It's me. hell is going on here? Yeah, oh, whatever. It is what it is. Yes, we do. They look amazing, but that sounds excruciating. It's gotta be. I'm allergic to the makeup composition of contacts, so I get little bumps inside my eyelids, and I can't wear them because it feels like something is scratching my eyes. I couldn't imagine wearing plastic contacts that had to be sanded down. The antagonist in this movie was the same antagonist in Robin Hood Men in Tights. He plays a good bad guy. He does, Ash. He does. That's Chris Sarandon. Chris Sarandon. He's a really great actor. He has years in theater as well. So he's very experienced. Charlie's 1966 Ford Mustang actually belonged to the writer-director Tom Holland. The car was totaled in an accident a decade later. Yeah, plastic with glitter. Plastic with glitter. Will we have time for a lip sync? We may have time for a lip sync. It's going to be really hard with these teeth in my mouth, but we can try it. Dilly Bar, you get to pick the song. Now, in the attempt to produce an authentic reaction of fright when Charlie sees Amy as a vampire for the first time, William Ragsdale did not see the stunt actress in makeup prior to shooting the scene. Barbie girl sucks. So to keep the fright real, so the first time William sees Amy in the film as a vampire, that look on his face is real. Nope. Baby Shark is banned in this fucking stream. So that's kind of crazy. So if you go and watch this after Coffee Chat of Horrors and you see the look of fright in his face for William, that fright is real. That fright is real fright. He was not able to see the stunt actress beforehand in makeup. And fine. Baby Shark sucks. The final shot that Jonathan Stark filmed was the introduction of his character painting the window. And that's his final shot because Jonathan Stark passed away. That was his final shot that Jonathan Stark filmed was the introduction of his character painting the window. For the final transformation into vampire, Amanda Beers donned a prosthetic breastplate to enhance her cleavage. Because that's not all of her cleavage there. They created... No worries. They created a chest plate for her to enhance her cleavage. And in 2012, Bierce brought them to a horror convention and encouraged fans to feel her boobs while she signed autographs. All content from today's show is in your Discord. Perfect. Thank you, Reaper. I appreciate it. If you guys want to get any information about the Fright Night show, you are more than welcome to join my Discord because it's all in my Discord. We also have a movie time channel, and that is where we watch our movie night, is in Discord. We have a horror sci-fi channel and many, many more. Hey, it's King Wolf. Welcome to the crypt. Thank you for the follow. Hi, Crowley. How are you? Fright Night is awesome. Some little girl at the Halloween store yesterday was singing Baby Shark. I was losing my mind. Eek. Yeah, hey, it's King Wolf. Thank you for that host. I appreciate it. Crowley, how are you doing today?
Welcome to my world, bitch.
But could you imagine having Amanda Bierce tell you to feel her boobs while she's signing autographs? I wonder how many men pop boners.
Reanimator!
It's kind of curious. I am doing great. I cannot complain. My Sunday has been fabulous. I get to hang out with the Horde. I get to look like a vampire. I get to have fun. I can't complain. My Sunday is fucking amazing, as always, because I get to chill with some of the most amazing people on the internet and get to discuss horror. Like, what else is perfect? Ain't nothing else perfect. I think I'm going to make pumpkin bread to top the day off, though. Yeah. Okay, so Roddy McDowall got a little upset with Stephen Jeffries for getting too physical in the scene where Ed attacks Peter. Jeffries was encouraged by Tom Holland to go all out. So you're going to see a scene with Roddy McDowall and Stephen Jeffries. And it's the scene where they actually get pretty physical. Ed attacks Peter, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it at all. You loved my look on Friday, half-stitched face. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you. I love pumpkin bread. Love it. I've been here with the Horror Queen. Yes, you have, Strong. We're hanging out, drinking coffee, having a good time. Crowley, thank you very, very much for that. If you want to be in my video that we have going on, if you want, you can send me a picture. If you don't, it's okay. I'm not going to force you to. Not everybody is in the video because not everybody wanted to take a picture. But if you do, you're more than welcome to, and you can send it to me in a Discord DM. Now, here is a funny part. Director Tom Holland asked the wardrobe person to rub ice on Heidi Sorensen's nipples prior to shooting her scene. Can you imagine being the wardrobe person? Hi, Miss Sorensen. I have to rub ice cubes on your nipples. Right? What a job. I need to get me some Reanimator Bob tape, right? Right? But could you imagine being the wardrobe person? Hi, I need to rub this ice on your nipples. I'm sorry, but it's got to be done. Did you see the Bates? I did. The pictures that you posted in Discord? I did. I commented on them. That's fucking amazing. That is amazing. We will be doing a Psycho coffee chat of horrors in the future, by the way. Just a heads up. We will be doing an Alfred Hitchcock Psycho in upcoming coffee chat of horrors. Yes, we have to. Psycho was one of the starters for slashers. Right? So we got to talk about that. We've talked about numerous slashers, but we got to talk about Psycho, where it started. And now, writer and director Tom Holland has admitted in an interview that the scene with Billy Cole creeping up the staircase behind Peter and Charlie was inspired by Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meets Frankenstein from 1948. I love that movie. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Hands down, if you have not seen Abbott and Costello, if you don't know who Abbott and Costello is, or Laurel and Hardy, these are some great comedians from way back in the day, the 1930s and 1940s. I highly recommend getting yourself some education on those four comedians. Abbott and Costello do Meet Frankenstein. They also do numerous other horror comedy classics. They're black and white. No, Mommy, no. Not in this one. Not in 1985. I love Abbott and Costello. I love their humor. Always love their humor. I used to watch their show. Devil, if you like Abbott and Costello. Babes in Toyland. Was that Laurel and Hardy as well? You're good? No, I don't believe he was in this one at all.
Reanimator.
Who's on first? Exactly. They're the ones who came up with it, Abbott and Costello. Yeah, there will be a Psycho coffee chat of horrors. Reaper keeps Reanimator's secrets. He does. He does. He definitely does. Although William Ragsdale and Amanda Bierce are playing teenagers, they are really 24 and 27. So Ragsdale was 24 years old and Bierce was 27. And they were playing teenagers. Would you think that either of them were in their 20s? Yes, Once Bitten. Yes. Once Bitten had
Reanimator.
yes, Once Bitten had Jim Carrey in it. This one here, Fright Night, didn't have, it had Chris Sarandon, Amanda Bierce, William Ragsdale, Stephen Jeffries. What are the main characters in the film? Oh, Once Bitten is good, Reegs. It's good. Now, the phrase children of the night, as mentioned at the beginning of this film, refers to wolves howling at the moon, as mentioned in Dracula from 1931, as well as in Bram Stoker's original 1897 novel of the same name. So that phrase, children of the night, is mentioned very early on in this film. And it just refers to wolves howling at the moon. It was mentioned in Dracula in 1931, and then in 1897, Bram Stoker's novel. Now, talking in an interview, I was reading different interviews and trying to find some really interesting stuff, especially back in 1985. Now, according to Tom Holland, who spoke to Dread Central, because this is where I found the interview for this part. Tom Holland was quoted saying, "You could say Evil Ed is the gay kid who was bullied. But I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking he was the kid who reads all the EC comic books." And he commented on the implied gay relationship between Jerry and Billy. The stuff with Chris Sarandon and Jonathan Stark, that's me. So even though Tom Holland wasn't thinking about a gay kid being bullied as the premise for Evil Ed, it came off that way. And he was saying that, he didn't mean it that way. He wasn't thinking of that. He was thinking of a kid who, gets bullied. He's an EC comic book kid, that type of style. So it's really interesting to see in 1985, because being gay in 1985, not a good time. So to see that portrayed in the film and people actually seeing it that way, he never intended it to come across that way. He did intend it to come across as a bully kid. But it did not know how to send my horror toilet joke, and Instagram popped up. Oh, right. Interesting. Very interesting. Roddy McDowall and Malcolm McDowell are both great actors. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And I got this from Dread Central. Like I said, I was going through interviews, trying to find interviews with Tom Holland and all of that. There's several interviews with Tom Holland. So a lot of the information that I've put in today's research for you are, in fact, interviews, not just shit that I found on the internet. Dread Central this is why I like Dread Central, is they are a great news source. When I do my new nightmares, I utilize Dread Central and Bloody Disgusting and a few other Google searches when I'm looking for upcoming horror films and movies and interviews. I utilize the internet really, really, really well when doing Coffee Chat of Horrors research. Now, in the film, you see Jerry lift Charlie by the throat and carry him across the room. Well, that was done by the actor was being pulled on a furniture dolly. Tom Holland is very amazing. Definitely is. Yeah, Crowley, I still collect Fangoria. I still have a subscription of Fangoria. It still comes. Dread Central is only online, where Fangoria and Rue Morgue actually come in a subscription to your mail. And same thing with Bloody Disgusting is a online magazine. Now, but I thought that was really cool that he's being pulled by a furniture dolly. So he has him up like this, grabs him by the throat and picks him up. He's technically not really picking him up. It looks like that. The optical illusion of him being picked up and then him floating across the floor, they were both on a furniture dolly. Yeah, I have the Blu-ray collection that I'm going to be watching. As Spider-Man, yeah. Roddy McDowell was the reason I watched this movie. With all the other actors were really unknown. No, you are right, Reaper. All the other actors were unknown at the time, except for Sarandon. Now, there's another scene in here where Jerry picks up the nightclub bouncer by the throat as well. The actor was crouched on top of a large wheeled box out of the camera's view. As Jerry grasped his throat, the actor gradually stood up to create the illusion he was being lifted high into the air and dragged across the floor. So a lot of optical illusions, a lot of trickery being done in these scenes where Jerry is picking them up. So that I thought was really cool, because sometimes you're thinking, are they using straps? Are they using a belt and, wire to lift them up? Very simple. Very simple. The actor was crouched on top of a wheeled box. And as Jerry is moving across the floor and lifting him up, the actor is actually starting to stand up. So it looks like, when it's done all at once, it looks like he's literally picking him up. And the box was not in the camera's eye, so you don't get to see the box. Yep. Amanda Bierce. Now, Jerry's makeup took about 8 hours to do in total. So his final transformation from human to vampire was 8 hours in total, where Evil Ed's was 18 hours. Insane. Filmmakers had to get so creative. It's amazing what they're creating. Yeah, Belong, you should really take a look at Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi created numerous different types of filming apparatuses to capture how he wanted to see things in the film. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Maybe not. Filmed. So this Fright Night was filmed in the same Hollywood backlot of the 1989 Tom Hanks movie, The Burbs. Who here has seen The Burbs? I seen The Burbs in theater. I thought I recognized her. Yep. And she's in a few different things though. She definitely was very young in this, very young and unknown at the time. There were numerous unknown actors and actresses in this film. The Burbs is awesome. I seen it in the movie theater. This was filmed on the same backlot. Nice, Serial. How are you? The Birds? Yeah, that's a freaky movie. The Birds? Definitely. I want to be that creepy house on the block. You can be. It's very easy, baddie. I do it. It's very easy. And with the snow outside, my neighbors are going to hate me because I am making a full-on massacre in my front yard. There is going to be blood everywhere. Everywhere. It's going to be great. Going to be great. My neighbors don't like me already, so. How are you doing, serial killer? Now, unlike the sequel and the remake, this film has much more emphasis on horror than comedy. According to what I was reading. I really like the TV series that was the prelude to Psycho. Yep. You guys need, if you haven't watched it already, there is a documentary on Hitchcock. And yeah, you talk Bates Motel? Bates Motel is good. Yeah. We have Bates Motel on, what is it? I think it's on Shudder here. Serial's busy disposing of the bodies. He brings them to my house, Devil. He brings them to my house. I've got a deep freeze. Big. It's deep. That's where they go. It's on season 3? Yeah. Oh, you're on season 3. You just had ribs and wings? Nice. Nice. Ribs and wings sound delicious. I don't know what I'm having for supper tonight. Okay, so last little bit of information before we get into Terra Trivia. Not many people are aware, but there are 2 unofficial remakes done in Bollywood and India. But according to what I was looking at, they're horrible. So there are 2 unofficial remakes in Bollywood and in India. Now, I did some Googling on these 2. The reviews were not good. If you want to check it out for yourself, I will post the links in my Discord and you guys can check it out. But according to the critics and all the reviews, and I mean all of the reviews, was not good. Was not good. There's some really good Indian and Bollywood made horror films. Don't get me wrong. There's some really good ones out there. But the remake of this one, no. Saw the hellos guy, but I am in Katrine's car and my phone is not hooked up. No worries, Serial. It's all good. It's all good. Fave horror actress is no one other than Mila. I do hope you are having a great day.
Devil Dog, thank you for sacrificing the soul of Tangled Fanatic to the Horde. Tangled Fanatic, your soul has been sacrificed.
Thank you for that sub-hype. Thank you guys so very much for all of this love today. I appreciate it. It looks like I have to mess with my camera a bit because you guys don't see Jedediah. Jedediah is kind of low. I don't understand why, because it never changes. I'm going to go like that. Yeah, see, it's not even changed. Whatever. Yeah, very glad you're liking it. I'm good. Just been listening and playing. Oh, and you're enjoying We Happy Few. Our Scream Queen goes to Raw for that scream she did on Friday. And that was very low. I had to lower my mic to do that scream because I didn't want to blow anybody's eardrums out. How are you doing, Fanatic? How are you? How is your Sunday treating you? I got my comp and TV synced up properly again. You're casted on the big screen. Yeah. Smurf, did you try duct tape on your nipples?